Good morning. It's Sunday, yum, and it's day 8 of solar. So we've been standing and standing and standing. So now we're going lying down and lying down and lying down. Nice. I have my Sunday jumper on. It feels like a Sunday morning. And nice. Come lie on the floor and let's begin. Come. Yeah, I've done everything. Great. Come. So come lie down. Oh my God, so lovely. Lying down, land on the floor. Feel your back on the floor. Have a sense of this moment in your body. So back of your head, the back of your shoulders, the backs of your arms, your forearms, the length of your spine, the back of your rib cage, sacrum, pelvis, buttocks. If your knees are bent, then the soles of your feet. If your legs are straight, then the backs of your thighs, your calves, your heels. And just take a few long, deep breaths, just really focusing on lengthening your exhalation, deepening into the exhalation. Nice. And what is it like to be on the floor for you? Well, what are the sensations that are giving you feedback within the container of our class that are different today? So I have this really different relationship to the back of my rib cage and the backs of my arms. And just this real deep enjoyment of presence and connection through the back of my body. Nice. So flatten your lower back down and pause in the flattening. So that as you flatten down, there's a sense of a wide, broad, flattened lower back. Even your mid back is flattening. And then arch into your lower back. So there's a small gap between the floor and your lower back. You're doing the pelvic tilt. Flatten into your lower back, pulling backwards, and then arching into your lower back. Nice. So begin to roll smoothly and steadily from the arching into the flattening. Arching and flattening. And just feel, how is this in your body in this moment? Flattening and arching. So flatten your lower back down And then begin to roll up along your spine. So as you travel up along your spine, you're squeezing your bum, lifting your hips, and then roll all the way down till you land on the floor, and then arch your lower back. So we're tying the pelvic tilt and the spinal roll together, and the joint or the connection between the two movements is the flattening of your spine, move into your arching, flattening of your spine, roll up along your spine into the spinal bridge or the spinal roll. So just feel that. There is two separate movements, but they're bound and they are actually continuous. There's a sense of a flow. I always have this kind of S shape. I really feel the curve of my spine like a snake as I do this. As you roll down along your spine, as you roll up along your spine. Are you creating strength? Is that the focus right now? Is it like just lifting your bum off the floor is the effort here? Is it leaning into range? That's where lifting your bum is easy, but now you're leaning your hips towards the ceiling a little bit more. Is it alignment that you're focusing on? So your thighs are moving towards each other and you're really focusing on keeping it steady between both sides of your spine. Is it smoothness? So you're focusing on the somatic sense of your body, where you're trying to smoothen and connect and embody in a different way. And each of those layers is really valid. Whichever one you feel you're focusing on, do. And they're all overlapping on each other, but we do have a tendency towards certain things at certain times. Pause all the way down. Nice. Bring your arms wide and out to the side. Drop both knees down to the right. And just pause there. So because we've been standing all week, we're going to do all the classics today. We're doing, pelvic tilt, twist, we'll do zigzag. So really just feeling into all those, the garlic bread of our practice. Maybe not garlic bread, maybe just the garlic and onions of our practice. Come all the way back up to center, drop your knees down to the side. I remember when I was teaching Emma, my stepdaughter, to cook, it was always like, well, start with the garlic and onions and then start creating whatever variation or version of this that you'll make. If it's making tomato sauce, then you go that way. If it's like some kind of other sauce, then you head off a different way, but always start with your garlic and onions. And come back up to center. And then just begin to roll from side to side. And as you roll, just feel the sense of what sensations or what parts of you are communicating, what's talking to you right now as you travel. Is it your spine, your hips, your groin? Is it the back of the buttocks or the deep of your hips? So what layer of you is really calling? For me, there's something about the front groin. I've been doing these it's where I hang on these gymnastic rings and then I try and kick higher than my head with both of my legs. Quite cool, actually. But I can really feel the front flexors of my hips are being challenged by it. Nice. Come all the way back up to center. Pause. Nice. Drop your knees down towards the right and then draw your left knee up in the direction of your right shoulder. So we're coming into gliders. Come all the way back, both feet to the floor. Drop your knees to the left and then draw your right knee up in the direction of your left shoulder and all the way back. So as you travel from side to side, just notice where this is meeting you. For me, this meets me in the deep of my sacrum, in my sacroiliac joint, in the side of my hip, the deep of my waist. And I'm not sure it's a very comfortable sensation. It feels like I haven't done gliders in a while, so it's always very interesting for me. Gliders kind of sweeps up a certain tightness and eases it out. So always when I begin, it's like, very interesting. Now things are starting to settle and soften. So just feel that. As you move, does more movement become possible? Or does the movement smooth? Or does the movement just become more connected? More, just more. Does it become more? Nice, all the way back to center. Cool. So pause and center for a moment. Fix your trousers, fix your jumper, whatever it is that you need to adjust, and then draw your right knee up towards you. And whenever I draw my right knee up, somehow I shorten something and it puts more pressure into my neck. So I tuck my chin under and then place my head back down again, and my neck feels like it has enough space again. So squeeze your right knee deeply towards you. And just get a sense of settling. Nice. And then lift your left foot off the floor and draw your left knee up towards you till you bang into your left elbow. And then touch the floor with your left toes. And then come back up, bang into your elbow. And then maybe touch the floor with your left heel a little bit further away. And then come all the way back up. And if that's far enough, great. Or if you want to try lengthening your left leg long until it floats just above the floor, awesome. And then draw your knee up towards you. So really find the distance, squeezing your right knee deeply towards you, lengthening into your left leg. How is it like to travel? So I can feel that the sense of my belly and the front of my hip and my lower back alter completely based on how long my leg is. At the very end of the range, I can feel strength and flexibility. It's really interesting how it changes as I travel. Nice, one more time. Super. Both feet to the floor. Rock your knees from side to side. So this is very similar to the lead in. So in the slow and mindful on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, this is very similar to the sequence. It's like there's an opening sequence of those classes where we connect in, loosen in. And so this is very similar. So draw your left knee up towards you, squeeze it deeply down. Again, I'm going to tuck my chin in, lengthen through the back of my neck. You're deeply squeezing your left knee towards you. Nice. And then lift your right foot off the floor and draw your right knee up until you bang into your elbow. And then bring your right toes to the floor. Draw your knee up. And then draw your heel to the floor. Knee up towards you. And maybe you begin to lengthen. So again, those hanging leg lifts that I've been doing, I can really feel that through the front of my hips as I lengthen here. As I travel, it's really a deep experience of leg, hip, belly, pelvis. It's a very interesting conversation between leg and pelvis, between squeezing and lengthening. Awesome. Bring both feet to the floor. Pause. Let all that settle. Super. Draw both knees towards you. Squeeze both knees up towards the ceiling and then stretch both legs up towards the ceiling. Lean into the elastic of your legs. Bend your knees and then let your left toes touch the floor. Squeeze your knees towards you. Let your right toes touch the floor. I'm not holding onto my legs as I squeeze your knees towards you. Is the only moment that I'm holding my knees. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. Hands on your knees, squeeze. Let go your knees, let your right toe touch. Back up to center. Left toes touch. Squeeze your knees, hands on your knees. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. And again, bend your knees, hold on to your knees. Let go of your knees, let your right toes touch. Let your left toes touch. Squeeze your knees. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. And again, bend your knees. Hold on to your knees as you squeeze them deeply. Right toe touch. Back up to center. Left toes touch. Back up to center. Squeeze your knees. Stretch your legs. Nice. Next time, we're not going to use our hands at all. Squeeze your knees. Draw your knees up towards you as close as you can. Keep your legs where they are. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. And then let your left toes touch the floor. Back up to center. Right toes touch the floor. Back up to center. Stretch both legs up towards the ceiling. Pause and lengthening. Nice. Last time. Bend your knees. Without your hands, squeeze your knees as close towards you as you can. Feel the squeeze, the deep belly, psoas iliacus, the deep flexors of the torso. Keep your right leg where it is. Let your left toes touch. Come back up to center. Keep your left thigh where it is. Let your right toes touch. Come back up to center. Maybe try both toes lowering down. Touch. Back up to center. Both toes lowering down. Touch. Back up to center. Stretch both legs towards the ceiling. Roll deeply into your ankles. Very strong and long into your ankles. Toes moving towards each other, toes moving apart. So there's a moment where you're a little bit like Charlie Chaplin. So your toes have really like splayed and your feet are outwards. There's that sense of feet are pointing in opposite directions and then they're pointing deeply towards each other. And then roll in the other direction. And my legs kind of look like they're swimming in the air above me. There's a sense of really using the bend of my knees to point my toes and to really exaggerate the movement of my feet. Super. Both feet to the floor. Pause. Nice. One more before we come up into a seated position. So arms are straight up towards the ceiling and then bend your elbows, bring your hands to touch. So my elbows are pointing towards the ceiling, my forearms are parallel to the ceiling. And then draw your right knee up and draw your right knee up and try and bring your right knee up to your right elbow, okay? My bum is kind of rounding a little bit off the floor as I do this. And now lengthen your arms at a 45-degree angle and lengthen your leg and let your bum float off the floor as you do that. So we're doing zoomies. Bend your elbow, bend your knee, let them touch. And then lengthen, let your bum float off the floor as you reach long into your arms, reach long into that leg. Bend your elbow, bend your knee. Long, stretching deeply long. Feel your right heel surging away. Feel your fingertips reaching. Bum is floating. Touch, last time on this side. Long and strong through your body. Nice. Bend your knees, drop your bum, change legs. Left elbow, left knee, touch. And then lengthen long. Left leg lengthens, arms overhead. Bend your elbow, bend your knee. Touch. Bum floating. Lengthen your arms, lengthen your leg. Elbow, knee, touch. Lengthen your arms, lengthen your leg. Last one. Elbow and knee, touch. Lengthen your arms, lengthen your leg. Nice. Both bums to the floor, both arms to the floor. Pause. Nice. So roll over and come all the way up into a seated position with your legs long in front of you. Yum. Wow, lying on the floor is so lovely. It has this whole other, like I feel really kind of in a dreamy state. It's like soft and a bit mushy. It's very nice. I love that Sunday Yum kind of evolved from the need for us to just have a day of rest. It's very important. So bend both knees so your feet are as wide as your mat, and then drop both knees down to the right. Have your right hand on the floor and really feel like you're dropping your knees as much as you can. And there's enough space so the right leg has its own space, and then your left knee is sitting into the nook just in front of your right knee. And so both legs are separate from each other. Super. So reach your left hand towards the right. So you reach as far as you can and then pull your left elbow back into lawnmower. Reach your left hand towards the right and pull your elbow back. One last time. Reach the left hand towards the right. Pull your elbow back. Bring your right elbow down. Bring your left elbow down. Rest yourself down over that right thigh. As always, those of you who love pigeon, this is a moment where you could swing that left leg back into a straight and you could be in pigeon. For me, I love zigzag. For me, this really meets my hip. I get to really experiment and soften and deepen without any strain on my knees. Now would you surrender your weight a little bit more? Maybe walk your hands a bit further, softening and deepening. Nice. Come all the way back up. Other side. So drop both knees to the left. Bring your left hand to the floor. So both legs have clear space for each other, for themselves. And so my right leg has its own space. My left leg has its own space. And my left foot is resting just on the top of the thigh. But they're not in any way compromising each other. They're supporting each other. So take your right hand, reach it towards the left. And then pull your right elbow back into lawnmower. Reach your right hand towards the left. And bring it back. One more time. Right hand towards the left. And bring it back. Nice. Bring both elbows down. Let your forearms mirror the shape of your knees. So your left forearm is parallel to your left thigh, and your right forearm is parallel to your left shin. And my hands interlocked are just in front of the left knee. And if I want to deepen, I walk my hands further away from the left knee. Because the closer to your knee that your arms are, the more weight bearing they are. So therefore it takes the load out of your hip. Whereas the further forward your arms are, the less weight bearing they are. And therefore the more compressed or the more your left hip needs to manage itself. And so notice, where is your sweet spot for your elbows? As always, if you want to make it into a pigeon, swing your leg back behind you. I'm very happy here. Nice. Slowly rolling up. Swing your legs forward. Come lie on your back again, all the way down. Arms are wide, feet are flat on the floor. And just pause. The floor is such a beautiful place to move from. There's just such a, when we're in the air, we're interacting with space and balance, and there's a different vibe. Whereas we're on the floor, we can do it all with our eyes closed almost. It's this real deep inner conversation with floor and depth and connection, and they both have their place. This feels really nice. So stay there. Stay. You can stretch your legs out long if you wish. You can have your knees bent. You could have the soles of your feet together if that feels supportive and relaxing for you. So yesterday I was talking about that thing where, what are you resisting doing because you feel like you need to get it right the first time that you do it? What could you play and experiment with where you're in a learning process and that the first round is just what you need to learn to get to the next round, to get to the next round? And so today I'm going to actively practice that. I'm going to do a thing I've been resisting for a while, going, oh no, I can't do that because if I get it wrong, and I'm like, oh no, it's okay. I've never done it before. So of course I'm going to get it wrong. Or just, it's not going to be the version that I'm hoping to get to eventually. So yeah, see where are you? Would you like? Well, what do you? Yeah. Ooh. Try something out. Experiment. See what is it that you want to try. I will see you all tomorrow. And thanks for joining me. Tomorrow we will be up again. There is another Sunday yum in this in Solar, so that's really yummy. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Great. Ciao. Slán.